Do you know what the mind is? Great philosophers have spent years investigating the nature of the mind. Volumes have been written about it, but if you pay close attention, you'll find that discovering what the mind is can actually be quite simple. Have you ever observed your own mind? Take a moment to do so. Observe how restless it is. It's always busy with something. Thinking about what someone said yesterday, a piece of news you just received, or the plans you've made for tomorrow. The mind is never unoccupied. When the mind is occupied with anything, whether it's the highest of ideals or the smallest of trivialities, it is always limited. It is always mediocre. And a mediocre mind cannot solve any problem. It only knows how to stay busy with the problem. As long as the mind is full, preoccupied with something, whether it's the mind of a housewife or the mind of the greatest scientist, it remains small, restricted, incapable of truly solving the problems it faces. But, on the other hand, a mind that is unoccupied, a mind that has space, can approach problems in a fresh way. Such a mind is alive, creative, and applies itself to problems without the burden of old memories and traditions. Only a mind that has freed itself of preoccupation can observe and resolve a problem. But here's the challenge. It is extremely difficult to have an unoccupied mind. Observe yourself. Look at that small space of consciousness that you call the mind, and notice how it is crammed full of thoughts. The simple mind is a quiet mind, and the mind can only be quiet when it stops accumulating, judging, condemning, and constantly thinking. Only the mind that has emptied itself of what is known can be creative. If this is the first time you're hearing such a statement, that you must be free from thought, you might think, this person must be crazy. But if you truly listen, you'll realize that what's being said carries a profound vitality, a piercing truth. This is the simple mind. To understand this state of mind, you must first understand yourself. You must observe the process of your thinking, not to alter it, not to change it, but to simply observe it, as if looking at your reflection in a mirror. Everything you've learned up to this point, every memory of your small experiences, everything your parents and teachers have taught you, everything you've read in books or observed in the world around you, all of this is the mind. It is the mind that observes, that discerns, that learns, that cultivates what we call virtues, that communicates ideas, that creates desires and fears. It is not only the conscious surface you are familiar with, but also the depths of the unconscious, where ambitions, motives, impulses, and conflicts hide. All of this constitutes the mind. The mind always wants to stay busy with something. Like a mother worrying about her children, or a housewife preoccupied with her kitchen, or a politician consumed by their popularity or position in parliament, and a mind that stays occupied is incapable of solving any problem. Do you see this? Only a mind that is unoccupied, a fresh mind, can understand and resolve a problem. When you silently observe a problem without condemning it, without justifying it, a serene awareness arises. In this passive awareness, every problem is understood and dissolved. What is simplicity? Simplicity is action without thought, a rare thing. It is creation itself. Only a mind that has emptied itself of the known can be creative. This is creation. Freedom from the known is the state of a mind that is in creation. And how can a mind that is in creation be concerned with itself? When the mind is formulating, producing, or projecting, there can be no creation. When is the mind truly empty? It is only when the mind is empty, when it ceases to create problems, that serene attention exists. And in that serene attention, there is creation. What I'm saying may be difficult to grasp, but it is profoundly important. It matters deeply to discover what it means to be creative. You can only be creative when there is abandonment, when there is no compulsion, no fear of not being, of not gaining, of not achieving. The problem arises only when we seek a result. When the search for results disappears, only then does the problem dissolve. And in that state, there is great austerity, simplicity, and at the same time, love. This totality is beauty. It is a state of creation. This is the simple mind. Only the simple mind can understand what is real, not a mind crammed with words, knowledge, and information. But simplicity cannot be cultivated or experienced intentionally. Simplicity, like a flower blooming, arises at the exact moment when we understand the entire process of existence and relationships. Simplicity is born when there is no self. When the self is no longer involved in speculations, conclusions, beliefs, or idealizations, the mind becomes free. Only such a mind can find truth. Only such a mind can receive the immeasurable, the nameless. That is simplicity. The matrix is complex, but each of us holds a part of the solution. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and together we'll see beyond appearances.